It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. The heart of Massachusetts should be freedom, justice, and liberty. Freedom led pilgrims to Plymouth Bay. Salem trials had justice too late. The sons of liberty spilled the tea, and then the redcoats spilled their blood. The shot heard around the world rang out from the Bay State. Boston strong and ready to defend. It's where revolution started and end. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day. Quincy Market, Freedom Trail, Charles River, Boston Harbor, Bunker Hill, Griffin Wharf, Fenway Park, Omar Charge. It's been such a long time since Boston led the way. It's more than a feeling. It's Mike and Tom to start the day.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. I hope everybody's doing good today. Whew. I hope everybody had a great weekend. It's been a weekend, all right. So, today I have some emails from Michael Morrissey. Now, these aren't just like, any old emails. These are the emails that he sent under his burner account. So if you guys don't know what a burner account is, let me tell you. It's an account made to communicate without communicating with the outside world because it's hidden. So the district attorney, Michael Morrissey, knows about transparency. They have to take courses every so often and keep up their certifications as that they know the difference between accepting a bribe or things like that. It's constant education. So getting and having a secondary email, kind of not right. So I have them. I have all of them. There's 4,000 emails from him. Yeah. From his his screen name is Brandon Hunt. Right there, Norfolk County, NFK. So these are all his emails, and I figure we can kind of go through them and poke around a little bit, if you want, you guys. Also, I got something very interesting. What a conversation! Great phone call, great conversation, and yeah, it's kind of messed up. It's a lot messed up. You might want to maybe buckle up a little bit. I'm wondering if I should just play this. And I don't have their permission. And I don't know if I should. I mean, I guess it is for purposes that, I'm not trying to poach their work. Oh, thank you, Nan. Thank you very much. Yeah. Yeah, I'm having a really hard time with that. It yeah. I have issues. I have problems with that. It's funny. People say, are you okay? And I say, no, I'm not. It bothers me a lot. Kid nothing about it. Yeah, so I got this thing sent to me, and it is another creator. Um, but I mean, it's kind of I haven't seen it myself. It's a half hour long. I wonder if I can fast forward to some of this. Let me check. It's very I'll put it this way. I'd rather show this and we can talk about it. Um, because this is kind of kind of important too. Um, yeah. Let's do it. Let's watch this, right? Um, this is this is some big stuff. The Farwell brothers. You're gonna know a lot about these people now. They're not nice people, and after this, if um, how do I put this? This is gonna be a problem when you see this. I hate to even think of this guy taking out his whole family and then taking himself out. I can't. I can't. It's wrong, but you gotta see this stuff. All right. So this is from Pop Crime TV with Lauren Conlin. She's got 22,000 subscribers. Jesus. Listen, while we're here, let's all take a time out. I'm not gonna do anything. However, can we just go and hit that like and subscribe button? You know? Um, what's this say? I don't know. It, it's I can play this person's channel if I can commentate over it and like we can talk about this because like if I play this and we talk about it, well that's fair use. That's me using her content to talk about her content. So how about this? If you all want, can you pop over to Pop Crime TV with Lauren and maybe give her a sub for letting us maybe watch this? I mean, this is her work, and we want to give her credit for her work, 100%. But this is you'll see how this all puts together. Okay.
Of that 9 line and had proof that, look, if you're not into geopolitics, you won't notice this. I mean, hello. Hey everyone, I'm Lauren Conlin. Welcome to Pop Crime TV's The Outlier podcast. Today, I'm going to be discussing the tragic case of Sandra Birchmore that I have a photo of right here if you're watching on YouTube. But I'm not going to really get into, I guess, the details and the depths of what happened to her, because I think many of us are familiar with that. And if you're not, I've done a couple episodes on Sandra Birchmore's story, and I will actually have those linked out in the episode notes as well. But I will give a quick rundown in just a minute. But what I want to focus on today is Matthew Farwell, the ex-disgraced Stoughton police officer that's been charged in her death and who is still sitting in federal jail almost a year later and who has not attended any hearing since he was arrested. He has not filed any type of motion since he was arrested. Now, we are coming up on the year mark. Matthew Farwell was arrested on August 28th, 2024, and he has been sitting in a federal jail ever since. He has not attended one court appearance, and his team has not filed any type of motion. Now, let me tell you why this is so strange. This is a federal case. he was a police officer. The feds had to step in and take over the investigation and subsequently the arrest. And federal cases, I'm sure many of you are aware, the average time from arrest to trial is about 6 to 9 months. So
he's been incarcerated. Farwell. He's been absolutely in the system. And he's not once been in front of a judge. Over a year later, not a word, not even, yeah. We're going to talk about his brother. And that's kind of where we're going with this. I kind of want to let it happen. But his brother is prime candidate for wiping out his family and then checking out himself. Watch this. You're not gonna believe it. Promise. That's why I'm doing it this way. I wouldn't normally play this, but you gotta see this.
you can see why this is a little funny. I have a few thoughts. I mean, I think the biggest question here is Matthew Farwell singing? Is he disclosing to the feds who did what, and this tangled web of grooming Sandra Birchmore, what it actually entailed? Because again, if you are familiar with this case, Matthew Farwell is accused of murdering her. However, there were other police officers involved in grooming Sandra Birchmore, including Matthew Farwell's twin brother, William. And of course, there is their supervisor, Robert Devine, Josh Heel. And actually, these men are also mentioned in the 2022 civil suit that was brought forth by Sandra's aunt, Darlene Smith. And they actually decided to postpone this civil suit until the criminal case was resolved. So, a little bit more on that later. But I think, again, the questions I have are Matthew Farwell. Is he trying to get a deal? Is he trying to not go to trial here? Because the death penalty is on the table, and he has acquired a death penalty lawyer as well. And I think that, if I had to guess, I would say he's working something out where he is talking possibly. So the death penalty is off the table. But the other thing, and I guess it's could be simpler. It could be very simple. I mean, I don't know, but he is sitting in a federal jail in Rhode Island. And this federal jail, it's in Central Falls, Rhode Island, and that's about 40 minutes from the Canton, Stoughton area. So if his family still lives there, his wife and kids, there's a possibility that he's just really comfortable there and they can kind of go visit him very, very easily. If he goes to trial and he's convicted and he's sent off to another federal prison, I mean, that could be pretty much anywhere. So who knows? Who knows? But we're going to get into a few other things about Matthew's brother, his twin brother, William Farwell, who also was alleged to have a sexual relationship with Sandra.
So think about that. Both brothers had a relationship with Sandra. One of the brothers went and stopped at her house, but on his way into the hospital to give birth to his son. So allegedly, you stop, get milk, then make another stop, take her out, and then goes in and sees his wife. It's wrong. Oh man, Dave, I hope everything goes all right. Prayers for your mom. I'm gonna add to my list. Okay, so let's get back to this. You guys are gonna friggin' freak out.
And supposedly he cut things off with her when she approached him and his family at some barbecue or picnic, and he blocked her, but they still continued to have a relationship after that through texting or sexting, I guess. And again, he was said to have done this while he was on duty. So also, I mean, I think this goes without saying, if you know this case, you know that he was decertified as a police officer, and that was in 2022, and he moved his family to New Mexico. Now, just a little spiel, I guess, that I put together about Sandra for those of you who really are new here. It'll just take me a few minutes. So if you already know the story, just bear with me. But my heart just breaks for her. It breaks for her and for her unborn child. It breaks into a million pieces. But with that being said, here's the story. On February 4th, 2021, 23-year-old Sandra Birchmore, who was a pregnant teacher's aide, was found dead in her bedroom in Canton, Massachusetts, with a duffel bag strap around her neck. Now, this was initially ruled a suicide by investigators from the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office and the police. And now, of course, federal authorities say overwhelming evidence suggests that Birchmore was, in fact, Red Rock.
Yep. Canton Police Department. Canton Police Department. Officer Lank. Canton Police Department. Kevin Albert. Canton Police Department. These are people that are getting paid to do this to a young 20-something-year-old girl that's still a baby. Hasn't even lived her life, and she's pregnant, and she's very happy about having a baby and sharing her life. Very happy about that.
And the prime suspect, Matthew Farwell, is a detective who was allegedly grooming her for years, and now he is behind bars awaiting trial for her red rum. So Sandra Birchmore was really excited about her future. On what investigators believe was her last day alive, she was doing planning for a newborn photo session. She was arranging care for her 2 cats, who, by the way, she allegedly got from Josh Heel, who worked animal control in Stoughton, again, had a sexual relationship with her and is also named on the civil suit. And she was doing laundry while she was awaiting for...
I don't know if you guys know this, and it's not important, but it kind of lets you know who these people are. The group of them, to include every police officer in the Stoughton Police Department and every police officer in the Canton Police Department. You ready for this? She wanted a cat. She wanted a kitten. You know what they made her pay for the kitten? Yeah. They made her do something she didn't want to do. I don't know if she didn't want to do it, but yeah. In order for the cat to be given to her, she had to they made her, or the deal was that I don't know how to say this to you guys. It's embarrassing, it's insulting. They made her do oral for a kitten. They made her do that to get a cat. And they all knew it. That's who these people are. She just wanted a kitten. And they made her do that for a cat.
Stoughton police detective Matthew Farwell to visit her. So Matthew Farwell was a married man, a very powerful union official, and at the time, he was believed to be the father of Sandra Birchmore's baby. Now, it came out recently through DNA testing that he was not the father, but that doesn't matter. His motive, still the same. He thought he was the father. Now, this is also a very, very sick part. Matthew Farwell,
well, there you go, BL. BL. Funny how that works, right? It's almost as if Sandra's friend called the police department and said, hey, one of your cops had actually almost all of the police department had inappropriate relations with this young girl when she was 16 years old. Yeah, just like that.
His own wife was giving birth the very same night that he stopped by Sandra Birchmore's apartment. Text messages also reveal that he once told Birchmore that he wished she would die. And this was as she kind of pressed him about being more involved in her pregnancy and her life. So on February 1st, 2021, during a blizzard that dumped a foot of snow on Boston's South Shore, Farwell texted Birchmore that he wanted to stop by her place. Security footage captured her using an ice scraper outside her apartment.
And again, I'm not sure if you guys have put this together. However, when the date that they gave was February 1st, John died January 29th. Almost a year to the day. Almost a year later to the day. Sandra, almost a year later, John.
And
and it's the same people that are involved in both.
At 9:10 p.m. around there, she texted Matt Farwell that her door was open and he could come in. And that was her final message. So 4 minutes later, Farwell arrived, and it's 2021, so we're still kind of in COVID era. So, I mean, I guess conveniently for him, because he could really have this excuse.
He walks into the building wearing a mask. He was the biggest anti-masker that lived. Just so you know.
To cover up his face. So he arrived, he was wearing a COVID mask and a hoodie pulled over his head. And 20 minutes later, he left. And he drove straight to a hospital where his wife was delivering their third child. And Sandra Birchmore's body was discovered days later after a well-being check was requested when she failed to show up for work. Now, federal investigators, they allege that Farwell, he used his law enforcement expertise, which, makes sense, and staged Sandra Birchmore's death to look like a suicide. They say that he strangled her and he moved her body and he tied the duffel bag strap to a closet door to cover his tracks. So Farwell was the last person to see her alive, but he was never, ever seriously investigated by local authorities, despite multiple tips about his long history with Sandra Birchmore, which, by the way, began when she was a teenager in the Stoughton Police Explorers program. And she also lost her virginity to him as well. And, it is really disturbing that police never investigated Matt Farwell, which is why I.
However, that's not necessarily true. We know that Fanning investigated this, and Fanning went to Farwell and they had a half-hour conversation, and then that was it. End of story. What Farwell said to Fanning was satisfactory enough for Fanning close the case. What's that tell you?
Still believe that there could be more people, quote unquote, involved in this. And when I say involved, I mean, I think people knew about this. I think there were people in Matt Farwell's inner circle who agreed that Sandra Birchmore was a liability and she had to go. And maybe they didn't physically help Farwell with her red rum. However, I think that we might see text messages about this one day, or we might see or hear something where Farwell comes out and says, yeah, my circle here agreed that this was the best thing to do, and they gave me tips on how to do it. They told me what to do.
Do you see what she's alluding to? This was the only way to shut that girl up. amongst his peer group. We're going to rewind this a little bit and we're going to listen to this again. Amy Law 72. Amy Law 72. You wouldn't happen to live in Beverly, would you? I knew a girl up there named Amy Law 72 from AOL days. It was a long time ago. But I'm going to rewind that and we're going to listen to what she says. I don't think that this is a mistake. Okay? Are you the same Amy? No freaking way. You remember me? You remember me, right? There's no way that's you. No way. No fucking way. Nope. No way. I saw the name the other day and I'm like, there's no way. No fucking way. Wow. That's like 37 years. 37 years I haven't seen you. Oh my word. I hope everything's doing well with you. I really do. I hope you're doing excellent. I hope you got away from them Volkswagens. That's all I got to say. All I got to say. So, all right, we're going to rewind this lady, right? And we're going to listen to what she says specifically.
We might see text messages about this one day, or we might see or hear something where Farwell comes out and says, yeah, my circle here agreed that this was the best thing to do. And they gave me tips on how to do it. They told me what to do. I mean, again, I am speculating here, but I would believe it. So again, I brought up the fact that a civil lawsuit filed by her family claims that Farwell groomed her starting at age 15 and even committed statutory rape, which is a crime in Massachusetts. And again, last August, the FBI arrested Farwell, and it was very dramatic here because, of course, it involves the police and a huge grooming scandal. And prosecutors say that he silenced her permanently to hide years of alleged abuse, and also the fact that he thought she was pregnant with his unborn baby. Now, I think I've mentioned this on other podcasts before, but this case does have very eerie parallels to the Karen Reed case, which involved the death of Boston police officer John O'Keefe, with overlapping investigators and more allegations of alleged misconduct. And the Norfolk DA's office, again, who quickly ruled Sandra Birchmore's death as a suicide, included figures like State Police Lieutenant John Fanning, who so quickly said, nope, this is a suicide. I am certain. And he was also disciplined in the Reed case for unprofessional conduct. Now, her family, Sandra Birchmore's family, they do allege a broader scheme of grooming by Farwell, Matthew Farwell, and as I mentioned, his twin brother, William, another Stoughton police officer, Robert Devine, as well as the town's animal control officer and Birchmore's Army recruiter.
Yes, this is important. The Army recruiter and the Abington cop, they're involved. You don't hear much about them, but they are in a big way.
As I mentioned, his twin brother, William, another Stoughton police officer, Robert Devine, as well as the town's animal control officer and Birchmore's Army recruiter, Josh Heel. So I mentioned that Matt Farwell has been held in federal custody without bail for nearly a year. And he didn't even try to get bail. He didn't even try. And I mean, the next hearing for Matt Farwell at this point is scheduled for October 6th. And he pushed back his August hearing. And I'm going to go through a discovery motion for you all so you can see what's going on. And the fact that, again, he doesn't seem to be doing anything. There doesn't seem to be any type of urgency here, which is really perplexing. So let's go through just some of the key players really quickly. Again, besides Matt Farwell, William Farwell, Matt Farwell's twin brother, former Stoughton police officer who joined the department in 2017, and he was accused in 2022 in the internal affairs investigation and the family's lawsuit of having an inappropriate sexual relationship with Birchmore, during her time in the Explorers program. And he lied about it during the probe. He resigned, and then he was decertified by the Massachusetts Peace Officer Standards and Training Post-Commission in September of 2024. Then we have Robert Devine. He's a former Stoughton deputy chief and supervisor in the Explorers program, and he was named in the family's lawsuit for allegedly SAing Sandra Birchmore during her participation in the program. He retired amid the scandal, and as of July of 2025, he was listed as, quote, not certified by the Post Commission, with ongoing proceedings, including a closed-door hearing to determine if he could retain certification.
Okay. So far, we know all this, and we know this guy's a bad dude. However, wait till you hear what happened. All right? You have the back context. You know how bad these scumbags are. But wait till you hear what happened. You're not going to believe it.
And then we have Josh Heel, a former Stoughton animal control, considered a law enforcement role, and later an Abington police officer. A 2022 internal affairs report found that he had a consensual sexual encounter with Birchmore as an adult, but at his workplace, and lied about it during the investigation. As of July of 2020.
Real quick. This is for Amy. My background's not letting it happen. Let me stop my background. Hold on. I gotta do this, guys. I'm sorry. I just have to, because I just do. How do I get rid of my thing here? Here we go. Shut my background off, because this is important. No. What the? There we go. Amy. Let me reverse it. How do I reverse it? Camera. No. All right, we continue with our scheduled program. Law library. Done. Check.
The Post Commission was deciding on his decertification, though his certification had expired, and he claims he has no interest in continuing in law enforcement anymore. Okay. He has another hearing at the end of August, and the last hearing that he had, I was shocked. His attorneys really were saying that he just wants to move on with his life. He just wants privacy. He wants to be done with this. Well, too bad. That's what I say. So I'm going to quickly share with you all the latest filing from July 29th, I believe, in Matthew Farwell's case. Let me just pull this up. You guys know it takes me a minute to find what I'm
well worth the time. This lady is great. Watch.
looking for. I'm so bad at this. Oh my goodness. Right. So this is the joint interim status report, and this was filed on 7/31/2025. And I'll go through this just because I find it very interesting. Look at this. Okay, the government produced automatic discovery on September 25th. This is basically a month after he was arrested, 2024. Additional discovery was produced by the government on the following dates: September 24th, 2024, October 1st, October 18th, December 12th, all 2024. Now we move into 2025, January 2nd, January 10th, January 13th, January 28th, March 5th, March 11th, March 27th, April 15th, and July 15th. Defendant has not yet produced any discovery to the government. The government has requested reciprocal discovery, and the government has provided responsive documents to defense discovery requests. The government recently produced additional discovery. Defense is continuing to review discovery and expects to send an additional request for discovery in the next several weeks. The parties anticipate being able to discuss and address those discovery requests without court intervention, but will seek a hearing date should conflicts arise.
So what that means is the lawyers want to get into a room and try and hash out the problems, not public. They're trying to keep this out of the public. It gets so much better.
Okay, well, when? The parties have negotiated a filter protocol for the review and filtering of potentially privileged material, and they anticipate that given the parameters of this protocol and the volume of the material, the filter will be complete and filtered materials provided to the prosecution team by October of 2025. And that, right now, is when the next hearing is scheduled.
You hear what she said? Real quick. They're gonna do it all behind the doors without us knowing.
And they anticipate that given the parameters of this protocol and the volume of the material, the filter will be complete and filtered materials provided to the prosecution team by October of 2025. And that, right now, is when the next hearing is scheduled. And I gotta say, I mean, I'm thinking that there's no way the judge will let them postpone yet another hearing, but I mean, I guess we'll see. Timing of any additional discovery to be produced. The government has produced voluminous discovery that, in its view, goes beyond its obligations under the federal and local rules. The government is continuing to review additional discovery and will produce those materials on a rolling basis. As the government obtains additional Rule 16 discovery, it will provide to defendant pursuant to Local Rule 116.7. Defendant is still reviewing the materials thus far and has made additional discovery requests. The defense anticipates making additional discovery requests in the next several weeks as it finishes its review.
Amy, wait to hear about what happened in New Mexico. Oh.
Of newly produced materials. Like I said, this was filed July 29th. There have been no requests made since then. Protective orders. The government filed a motion for a protective order with the defendant's assent, and a protective order was entered by the court on September 9th, 2024. Pretrial motions. Again, the defendant is reviewing the discovery materials and evaluating the merits of any motions. At this time, the parties do not request a motions deadline or a trial date because the parties are continuing to confer regarding discovery, a filter review, the recent appointment of successor defense counsel, and other issues that will impact the timing of a trial on this matter.
Right.
I don't necessarily buy all of that, although I mentioned that he did add a lawyer by the name of, let me pull that up. He did enter a lawyer recently in June of 2025 by the name of Kimberly C. Stevens.
Just so you guys know, what they're trying to hide, all these people are trying to hide all the communication. Because after this happened, cops are the biggest freaking gossipers in the world. You know, there was all that going on, and you know he was blasting his phone. If he knew he could get away with the communications getting wiped out and Garino going along with it, saying there's not that all of it's gone, he can do anything he wants. In email.
She is an assistant federal public defender, and she is a death penalty lawyer. So, I mean, that part's true, of course. But again, I think this is just sort of the discovery is an excuse for them to postpone and kick the can down the road, so to speak. Timing of expert witnesses' disclosures. Should expert testimony prove necessary, the government agrees to make the expert witness disclosures 90 days before trial. The defendant agrees to make reciprocal disclosures 60 days before trial. And the government agrees to make disclosures regarding rebuttal experts, if any, 30 days before trial. So I'm thinking that maybe they'll use Dr. Michael Bodden, who actually was hired by Birchmore's family at one point, and he determined her death to be a homicide over a suicide. Then there's the Speedy Trial Act calculation. The 70-day period specified in 18 U.S.C. 3161 C1 commenced on August 28th, 2024. The court excluded all time between August 30th, 2024 and August 4th, 2025. Okay. Timing of an interim status conference. The parties request that the court cancel currently scheduled interim status conference on August 4th, 2025,
Why?
and convene a further interim status conference in approximately 60 days, excuse me, or a date thereafter that is convenient for the court. The parties ask the court to exclude the period until that conference under 18 U.S.C. 3161 H7 in order that the defendant may have adequate time to review discovery. The defendant agrees to exclude the time between August 4th and the date of the interim status conference from the speedy trial calculation. Respectfully submitted this 31st day of July 2025.
Okay.
So they're saying throughout the course of this motion that he is essentially waiving his right to a speedy trial here.
Right.
Why? I don't know yet. I really don't know. I have been speculating a lot, but sometimes I don't like to speculate. However, I go back and forth. I go back and forth with the fact that he could be singing, squealing.
She's absolutely right. With 100%. We don't know what Farwell's saying to the people inside, right? We don't know what the people inside have on Farwell. I mean, this could be bigger, and it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger with the people and the layers that are on top of it. So, yeah. Dave, I think we're going to have a phone call later on when this is done. I'll have Amy call in, and we'll let Amy decide whether or not I've changed a little bit or not. So we'll see. This is going to be a fun. You guys are in for a treat. Hold on.
But
this is almost over. So
would he implicate his own twin brother to save his life? You know, I think it's easier for him to sort of snitch on Robert Devine, Josh Heel, but his brother, I don't know. Now, speaking of his brother, his brother was, again, decertified, kicked off the department, and he moved his family to New Mexico. And in January of 2025, he was arrested. And, you know, he's also named in this wrongful death suit. And he's also got, you know, a lot of legal troubles ahead of him. And I cannot imagine that his home life is very pleasant right now, as this is a very public case. His brother is pretty much facing a death sentence here. And I did a FOIA request to the Rio Rancho, New Mexico Police Department to sort of just get an idea of what happened here. And in no way do I want to sort of blast his family, his wife and kids.
No, Dave, it's a different Amy. This Amy that we're talking about here is legit. She's the real deal. She's not fake. She's not phony. She doesn't lie. Wait, you guys will see. If I can get her to come on, giddy up. Amy, people don't even know. They will. Woo.
Because, you know, they are just innocent bystanders in all of this. But
you guys don't know what
I think that what happened is very concerning. So when I requested this, and by the way, I think that there was also there was this affidavit and the police report in the.
All right, I'm going to pause this right now. Amy's chomping at the bit. Amy, there's your number. Let's get this out. Let's make this phone call happen, and then we'll go back to this. Just, yeah. All right. Come on, Amy, give me a ring. Let's go. This is amazing. Like I don't believe that our paths have crossed again. I just I don't even know what to say. Let me put you on the screen. Hi.
What's going
How are you?
on? Listen, are you kidding me? It's like old home week. What's up?
Hi, dear. Man, it's been a minute.
Hi. Um, yeah, a hot minute, but yeah.
Wow. How's everything with you?
Phenomenal.
How's the dog? Is that the
Hi.
same dog you had?
Ebenezer is gone, dude. The picture you're
Oh,
looking at. That's my teddy bear that I've had since I was 11.
looks
That
like
shit don't
him.
die.
It looks like him. I thought this was Ebony.
No,
He was a good boy.
Ebenezer passed away in 2006. Rest in peace, Neezer. Neezer. Yeah,
Ugh.
Neezer. Romy always called him Neezer.
So listen, real quick, how did you get here? How did you like? Wow.
How did I get what to you?
Yeah.
The universe called me, dude. What are you talking about? I'm magic.
What are the
talking about?
odds, dude? You ever think you'd see me
There's
again?
no odds. I knew I would.
Really?
Please. Yeah. Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's messed up.
Yeah.
So why don't you give
No,
people
it's not.
some history so that they know how we know each other?
We know. First of all, we age like fine wine.
Yes,
Like,
we
I'm
do.
just gonna say that, right? Okay. I just turned 53.
Woo!
August 12th. Came and went like a nightmare. And yeah, we Gen X, we age like fine wine. We age in fucking
Because
hey,
we were outside.
we
That's why.
we
Drinking
age in
alcohol.
reverse. Yeah.
Yep.
Listen, Gen X, we were raised on neglect and hose water. That's what happened with us.
That.
And yeah. We're good though, right?
Yeah.
And listen, when you were so funny, you're like, is it the real Amy? I'm like, yeah, me and B Hump. That's the only way I knew you were gonna know it was me.
Yep.
I had to say B Hump. If I didn't say B Hump, you were gonna be like, this ain't her. Yeah, it's me. Yeah. And you know that Heather and Riker together. You know that, right?
You mean my wife that we're talking about?
They're married.
They're married?
Yeah.
How can that be? Because I'm not fucking divorced yet.
No, they're together. They live together.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah.
No, I know they're together, but they can't be married. She's married to me
Oh,
legally.
oh well. All right. Well,
Yeah.
I thought they were.
Well, listen, you go down that, there's some things happen down that part of town that people don't talk about. Like,
All right. Well,
I don't know. They're in the shed.
listen, that's why I'm North Shore. I stay up here.
Hey,
I stay up here.
I haven't moved.
All right.
So,
All right. Yeah,
So-
I stay up here.
how many years? 30, 38 years? I met
Oh
you.
my God, I don't count that high. What are you...
And so I met Amy a long time ago when there was
AOL
was
Massachusetts chat room.
it was the AOL chat room that I met Amy in, and
Long time ago.
oh my God, and so much has changed. What about you? Have you
Yeah, but
married? You have kids?
I am still happily single. Good
Okay.
Christ.
Okay.
Very happy. Yes, I do. I have one daughter. I adopted my daughter as a single mother.
I think I remember that.
My daughter was born in
you were
China.
in the middle of that when I remember that. You went there to go get
Yeah.
her.
You bet your ass
That's
I did.
right. That's right. You adopted
Ruby,
her. How's she doing?
I did. Ruby is amazing. My daughter is a CNC machinist.
Oh my
She's-
goodness.
She's a
Brilliant.
goddamn rock star.
Nice.
Yeah, Ruby's awesome. Ruby will be 21
Oh my goodness.
in September. Yeah, she's amazing. And I could not be more blessed.
I remember when
she's
you went over
everything.
there. You adopted her from China. You actually went over there to go get her. I remember that.
Correct. Yeah. When I went over there, dude, the last time you saw me, I was like 355 pounds. I was nothing to shake a stick at, man. I was, woo.
Yeah. So
Was not, yeah. No. Oh, I'm 150 now.
really,
Little
Wow.
girl now. Yeah.
Well,
Yeah. Totally different.
it
But, yeah.
didn't make a difference to me, but either way.
Oh, I know, and I love you for that. I love you for
Well,
that.
you're who you are. Like, and that's
I
you have
listen,
to appreciate
and I don't
that a
change.
lot. You
And I
know,
don't
you
change.
have
Yeah, no, I
not.
don't change.
No, you sound the same
Well,
way.
but listen, I'll tell you, my daughter saved my life.
Of course,
My daughter
they all
saved
do.
my life.
That's why they come
Because
into life.
you got it. She saved my life because I needed to,
And
she's my reason for living.
maybe you're gonna pay the favor back one way or the other. You just don't know what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah, listen, and it's not that I just I'm a strong Italian.
Oh,
it's just
yeah,
me,
no,
like
this
I've had
I was
relationships, and I've had
mom and
B
dad.
hump.
How's
I
your
would
mom
have
and dad? I
married
remember
B
your
hump.
mom and dad. How's your mom and dad?
They're still good.
Good
They're
day.
still good.
Good day. Oh, good. Yeah,
I
they both sweethearts. I love them. I
yeah.
remember them.
I live with them and my
Yep.
daughter in a
Upstairs still?
multi-generational Italian crazy
Yep.
house that sometimes I want to jump off the roof.
Mhm.
But yeah, we we all here.
Wow.
But yeah, no, it's good. Last year I took Ruby to Italy for a month in May of
Nice.
2024. Went to go visit family. Friggin' phenomenal.
Yep.
So much good. So much good. So much Italian food that I didn't
God,
eat because
yes.
I had gastric bypass, so I don't even eat all that stuff anymore. But man, did she eat her way through Cretonne. She was like, the first night we got there, my family brought out lasagna.
Oh boy.
And she's thinking it's like America. She's like, oh, I'm gonna have seconds. I'm like, okay. She had a second helping of lasagna, and she's like, that's really good. And then they cleared the plates, and then they brought out,
The
the
rest of the
chicken
food. Yep.
and the potatoes.
Everything
And
else.
she's like, what the hell is this? I'm like, well, they're not done. She's like,
What
what
do
do
you
you
mean?
mean? I'm like, you're in the motherland, kid. That was an appetizer.
Keep coming, man.
They're bringing more
This is
stuff
not
out. She's like, she's like, what? Her eyeballs like a cartoon. Like, "Real." I'm like, Ruby, this is how we do, girl. You're in the motherland.
I'm shocked
Cheers.
at how quick and how awesome and how great that food is. It just keeps coming out, and it's all great.
yeah.
It just keeps coming
Yeah.
and coming out. So
Yeah.
wow.
Yeah, it's
And,
amazing actually that I remained single all 53 years of my life because I cook like that,
yeah, I'm shocked that you're on the phone, right? I just I couldn't. I'm in awe. I don't even know what's.
Well, listen, I threw my number up in the chat.
Yeah, don't do
Literally,
that.
legit
No,
threw
no,
my
no, no,
number
no,
up, and I'm not.
no. You don't want to do that.
I don't listen. Listen. If people call, I don't care. I don't care about that. Somebody wants to call me. Listen. You
They
know
don't
how
know
how I am. I don't care.
I know. You don't care.
I don't care. You want to call me? Call me. Doesn't matter to me.
Oh, this is great.
I've always been Amy Law. It's me. I
Yep.
don't care. You want to call me? Call me. Somebody calls me and says, "Oh my God, I saw your number in the chat. Great. What's up? Let's chat." I don't care.
Yep. Awesome.
It's me.
All right.
I'm not going to ever change you. It's so good. So who who else from the master room is in the room? Talk to me.
Nobody.
Is Kath there?
Nope.
Kath's not there.
Nope. There's nobody. There's nobody.
Kath's a man.
I met
It's just me and you.
just us. We're the lone survivors.
No way.
Yeah. Just us. We own the room now. We can kick people out.
Dude, I own corrupted juices. We got to fix this shit. I am disgusted with
So-
my state.
You really,
Disgusted.
Amy? If I could talk to you, actually, I'll talk to you. I'll wait till you.
You call me anytime. That's why I put
Stuff
my
that
freaking
you
number up
don't
there.
know. The stuff that you don't know that I can't say on
No.
the air. Will
Can I explain? No, let me
blow
explain
you
something to
away.
I've been a spiritual medium since I was 7, and I do readings. And I trust me, you don't know the stuff that I know. Huh. I know some stuff.
It's not good.
So
And here we
no,
are.
I know it's not good. I know it's not good. It's bad. It's bad. I was watching some old footage this morning of Brian Albert's wife, and I did a reading this morning about her. Woo! It was
Yeah?
heavy.
Oof.
Oh my God. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. She is being completely bogged down with nightmares, and she is being visited by John, and she wants to do the right thing, but she can't because of her fucking husband. And it's a lot.
Can you really put
It's a lot.
yourself? Can you put yourself in her position where she doesn't have like even a say in the matter? She just has to go along with whatever he says. Like that is so.
Well, first of
incorrect.
all, let me just tell you something. First of all, I would never be her
No.
because I'm way too headstrong. I'd be like, "Excuse me, get out of my way."
Yeah, you're not her. No.
And I would do
No.
the right thing because I'm not. That's not me. That would never be me. That's
No.
why I'm still single.
Yeah, I get it.
Men are intimidated by strong women, and I would never be her. It wouldn't happen. So you know
Well,
what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah.
So
No.
you know about Sandra, right? And
A
you
little. Yeah.
and you know that about John, obviously, right?
Yes.
What did you think about that whole thing with Karen and John? from up way up in Beverly? What did you 10,000-foot view? What do you think? What did you see?
I feel it. Well, and I've done my readings, and I've done my,
As a whole.
I
Yep.
honestly, in my heart, I really truly believe that everyone's wrong when they think it's Higgins. I don't at all believe it. He was involved, but he didn't kill him. I think Brian and Colin absolutely had everything to do with what happened to John.
Mm-hmm.
And the rest of that disgusting group of, you want to call them humans, whatever you call them, whatever you want to call them, parasites. They're doing everything they can because they're intimidated and afraid of the Albert males, not the wives, but it's all of them. It's all of the relationships. Anybody that's connected to an Albert by way of anything, whether it's familial or marriage-wise, they're all intimidated as shit. So they're all kowtowing to whatever. You know what I mean? They're all afraid.
Yep.
None of them have balls of steel. They're not going to do, you know what I mean? So they're going to do what they're told.
Yes.
I don't know what that's like. I don't do that. I do what I want. I do what I need. You know what I'm saying? So I really believe it has everything to do with Brian and Colin. Absolutely.
Yep.
Higgins, I think he really was starting to fall for Karen. Absolutely. And he right now, he's brokenhearted. He lost Berkowitz. He lost his sister.
Yep.
He absolutely was falling for Karen, and he was humiliated. He was embarrassed. He was when a guy gets cornered like that, their hackles are up. He's like, "You embarrassed." I just feel like he was embarrassed, and he was going to defend his honor, kind of thing. You know what I mean? He's like, "Don't embarrass me." Like, it's what guys do. I mean, I'm not a guy, but I mean, I've seen it before. Don't embarrass me. What the fuck you doing? So that's what I feel. That's what I feel. And every reading I've done, it's never Higgins. It's always Brian and Colin. Always. And then Snaggletooth. I'm sorry. She's Snaggletooth. I don't give a shit what anybody, you call her what you want, but she's Snaggletooth. She's like, we're going to set a timeline. Calls everybody in. We're going to say this, and this. Are you kidding me?
Yeah. I think Higgins, like you said, was really kind of in a position he probably was never in before. I think him and Karen hooked up. I think she blew his mind. And I think when she says, I'm all set with you, it was just a one night thing.
He was really hurt. And you know what? And I don't even think that sometimes a kiss is way more intimate than sex. I think they just, like, that one kiss meant a lot to him.
Yeah, but she went to
and talking, and they connected, so that's a big deal.
Yeah, I think
sometimes you can know a lot about somebody just from one kiss. I mean, it has nothing to do, like, sex is just sex, big deal.
Right.
Awesome, great, get out of here. There's the door. Go.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? A kiss is a big deal, and I really think that he. I don't know. You see him on the stand. He's the only one that got really, like, honestly emotional.
Yeah.
Talking about, John's nephew, and, like, he's the only one, to me, that had a working heart. Everybody else is just cold, fake.
And
if I can talk honestly, fuckers. I didn't get anything from any of the rest of them.
Now,
cold assholes.
What do you think about the Norfolk County District Attorney's Office, where they're the ones that oversee all of this?
I think that if you had heard the Italian bullshit that was coming out of my mouth while I was watching all this.
Yeah, I can imagine. Oh my God.
Yeah. My house wasn't quiet.
Wow.
A lot of Italians coming out. There's a lot of,
All right, listen, Amy. Listen.
Wasn't pretty, buddy.
I have your number.
Yeah, you do. Everybody. Everybody.
Listen, I'll give you a ring later off air, and we can catch up. Yeah.
Please do. You know I love you.
Absolutely.
Tommy, come on.
It's been a long time, my girl, and I'm
Big boy, my love.
I'm blessed to have you back in my life like this, because
you never lost me, buddy.
I never thought I'd ever see you again. I
don't listen. I'm like that fly in the, like, it's back. It's just me. I'm here. I'm not going anywhere.
Sweet. All right, listen.
Hey, listen.
We'll definitely talk, sweet.
Tell me. You gotta tell me this. Do you listen to JFK?
Yes, of course I do.
JFK and
James Jackson.
James Jackson and Kevy Kev
Yep.
and Patty. They're amazing.
Yes.
They're amazing.
Listen,
All right.
all the content creators are amazing. It's hard to sit in front of the microphone and do this stuff, you guys. I mean, so the people that do it, I appreciate them because I know what it takes to do it. It kind of sucks, but yeah. Awesome.
Yeah. No, they're amazing. They're amazing. They're good guys.
I'm shocked that I'm even talking to you. I just can't. Wow. Absolutely.
You're making it seem like I'm some sort of celebrity, dude. It's just me.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. You believe that? Go ahead.
You listen. You know I love you. Come
Always.
on. It's been a long time, but we go back. We go back.
Yeah.
Sadly, we can say this decades. So I'm gonna.
No, actually, everybody. It's funny. Everybody that comes and goes in your life, God does it for a reason, and
I know.
God put you in my life back then, and boy, you made an impression because I know who you are as of right now.
Yeah, well, that's like
think of the people that I've forgotten about.
People that don't know who I am,
right?
People that don't know who I am, right? When they say they're like Amy LA, like people that don't know Amy Law, they say Amy LA. Amy LA is in the room. Like, yeah, you don't know who I am.
No.
But you saw me immediately. You're like Amy Law, and like Romy. I still chat with Romy.
Oh, I know. I was with him, not with him. I was supporting him when he started his first book.
I think he's on his second book now.
I can see that. That boy's good. Yeah,
Romy is a fucking rock star.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
Love him.
He's a real good guy.
I love him.
You talk to him, tell him
awesome.
Well.
I love Romy.
Wow. All righty.
I know, isn't it crazy?
We'll talk, girl.
I didn't mean to hijack the live, dude. I just totally hijacked the live.
This is absolutely worth it. I mean, I haven't talked to you in years. This is personal. This is you and me right now. You got other people watching, but this is you and me.
Let's do a video live. On a video live.
I'll send you a link. How about that?
I'll be on anytime.
We'll talk.
Love you.
Be good, girl. And listen, tell your daughter I said hello, and I remember before she was even here. So I'm glad, and I'm very happy that she's doing good. That makes me.
Can you imagine? She's a friggin' CNC machinist.
Yeah,
a machinist.
No, listen. She was smart.
She was gonna do. She's really brilliant. My daughter's brilliant. She was gonna do. I don't know. She was gonna do something with science, and then she's like, "Yeah, I don't like sitting and being bored." She goes, "I'm gonna do something else." So she literally she went back to school and taught herself to do machining. I'm like, whatever you want to do, I just do it.
Freaking awesome.
She's awesome. Yeah, it's crazy.
All right, lady. I'll talk to you later.
I love you. Call me later.
Yes. Bye, dear.
Bye, lovey.
Bye, dear.
Bye.
Wow. People. Sorry about that. That Amy is a close friend of mine now. Well, she was a friend of mine back then. She's still a friend of mine now, but we were really close back in the day. And it was, I'm in awe that she's even here. All right, let's go back to this video. All right, guys, just a heads up. This is where it gets good. Okay. She's going to talk about, his brother, Farwell's brother, who lives in New Mexico. And there was a little bitty incident down there that you might want to listen to because it has the potential to actually just blow up bad. So, with that said, let me share the screen. Boom. And here we go. This is where it gets good.
Facebook group, the Justice for Sandra Birchmore Facebook group. However, when I received it from Rio Rancho, there seemed to be a lot less redacted areas in the one that I received over the one that was in the Facebook group. So just out of respect for William Farwell's wife and kids, I'm not going to put this up on the screen. But again, I am concerned here. This guy does seem like he could be spiraling, and his wife and kids could be getting the brunt of it here. And I'm not making any type of accusations or anything, but just let me read to you this police report. And, I'll probably just say blank for some of the names because I'm certain that some of them are minors as well. So the narrative here is, and by the way, I have to say the city of Rio Rancho, I mean, this is a very detailed incident report. I mean, talk about crossing every T and dotting every I.
This lady is concerned for this guy's family.
Did it. Let me tell you. Synopsis: on 1/16/2025 at approximately 1:43 a.m., I responded to his address in New Mexico in reference to a domestic in progress call. Mr. William Farwell Sr. was arrested for criminal damage to property of a household member. On 1/16/2025 at approximately 1:43 a.m., I responded to blank blank drive in New Mexico in reference to a domestic in progress call. Call notes read that a male is yelling and breaking things in the home. While the calling party, identified as his wife, was talking to dispatch services, the call taker could hear her saying, quote, "Please don't hurt XYZ." And that was one of her children's names. "And I'm not leaving him alone with you." Upon arrival, his wife met officers at the front door and let them in, telling officers where her husband, identified as William Farwell Sr., was located in the residence. Officers entered the residence and observed the house in disarray. Mail, couch cushions, and other items were thrown around the kitchen and living room floor. I observed a smashed plant pot in the living room and a smashed picture frame on the floor as well. I spoke to Farwell's wife and her daughter, identified as another daughter in another area of the home. She stated that William wanted to go to the local brew house with some friends. William returned home and was extremely intoxicated. Everyone in the household went to sleep, but William stayed awake and was in the living room. Wife stated there was no argument or domestic situation between William and her. Wife stated when William gets drunk, he's angry at the world and likes to break things in the house. She stated she was asleep in her room when one of her kids texted her saying, "I think dad is mad and breaking things in the living room." She got up and heard something break. She walked out of her room where she met the child that sent this text message in the hallway. Both of them walked out into the living room and observed William yelling and throwing things. The child told William he needed to stop, which made him very mad. He told the child to get out of the house. He then walked up to the child and nudged her toward the front door. Wife told William to stop and leave child alone. William stopped his action and stormed back into the kitchen. Then wife called 911. Wife said she called 911 just to get William to stop breaking things in the house. She also stated she was not concerned about any of the broken items. Now, the police officer said he spoke to William, who declined to make any statement about the incident due to the totality of circumstances with the initial call notes, the observations of the house being in disarray, broken household items observed, and statements made by child and wife. It is reasonable to believe that wife felt intimidated, harassed, and annoyed by William breaking items in the home. I arrested William for the criminal damage to the property of a household member, which enabled William to be removed from the home and separated from the family. Now, the child requested not to file charges for battery, and she signed a waiver of prosecution form. Wife also denied a domestic violence packet and refused officers to photo document the damages. Then he transported William to Sandoval County Detention Center, where he was booked without incident. And a copy of this report was forwarded to Children, Youth, and Families Division to follow up with the family. So that is what happened essentially back in January. So his wife and kid declined to press battery and DV charges. I get it. I totally get it. However, I just hope that this doesn't escalate, because it sounds like this isn't a one-off situation. Although I wish it was, I just don't think that's the case. And in the FOIA, the whole package that was sent over, you can see where his child signed the anti-prosecution waiver for battery. And, it is still a misdemeanor in New Mexico, battery, but you could get up to 6 months to a year in jail. Pair that with the DV charges. I mean, it's a big deal. So that's pretty much what's going on right now when it comes to Matt and William Farwell and their lives and their cases. And I just, I know that justice is not swift. It never is. However, I really, truly hope that the October 6th hearing does not get postponed. We can move forward with discovery and finally set a trial date. All right, guys, that's it for now. I'll do a follow-up episode, of course. I seem to be covering a lot of these Boston cases on Sunday. So if you like this, drop me.
So this lady, Lauren, did a great job with that. Let's go back to her channel and everybody knows, so we all can like and subscribe what she did.
Drop me a line, drop me a note, tell me you like it, and I'll
Love it.
keep it up. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe to Pop Crime TV if you're watching this on YouTube.
Okay.
If you're listening, please leave me a review on Apple, Spotify, wherever you listen.
Yep.
I so appreciate you all.
All right. So that is without a doubt the Farwell situation, where one of them's incarcerated and the other one is actually not doing well, I guess you could call it. He's call it. Oh, he wrong one. There he's unhinged. New Year's, January 1st, 1:45 in the morning. This guy's breaking and destroying his house, beating up his wife and his kid, and they don't want to press charges on him because they know what's going to happen then. Like, seriously, these people are absolutely unhinged. He's bingo, Darcy. Absolutely bingo. He's losing it. So, let's get into Morriseys' emails. You want to get into his email box? Let's get into his emails. Let's do that. I have all his emails. I have his burner account. I have all the emails. So, Mr. Michael Morrissey. All right. Lynn B. Lynn, COVID-19. This is all just procedural stuff. We can get rid of that. All right. You know what's awesome is I can harvest all these email accounts and make one big email list so that everybody gets the same email. Isn't that pretty good? What's this about? COVID. Look at this. Look at this. Images. That's right there. They're not going to show us, right? What's this? Sanitizer. Hand sanitizer. Okay. Oh, these are the photos of, you know what? No, you know what this is all about? Right here. This is a freaking hand sanitizer thing, right? Is that what that is? Thanks, Michael. Looks great. Grand jury. Okay, why would they do that to the grand jury? All right, video conference, not a big deal. You know what I'm going to do? In the meantime, let me do this, all right, guys? I can put the number up. If you guys want to call in, yeah, let me open this. If you guys want to call in while we're doing this and just chit chat, if there's something I come across that's of interest to you guys, make this bigger. There we go. We can talk about it. All right, where are we? Page 7. Nope. Okay. Civil defense. What's this about? Civil defense. Okay, we can go around that. Why would he get the civil defense stuff sent to his burner email account? Why would he do that? Come on. Oh, that's what they were, the COVID thing, all the COVID regulations. Like if you get caught not wearing a mask, like the punishments and stuff like that. Jury trials. What's this say? I know your time is short, and I don't care if you dump it off on Judge Vitale as long as it goes with a very strong positive recommendation. Thank you for the help. Very strong positive recommendation. What's this? Holbrook woman killed in fatal Braintree crash. Patriot Ledger. Check out the article from the Patriot Ledger. Hold on to this. It's something we will probably need when I'm talking in the future. That's Michael Morriseys to David Traub, who's the spokesman for the DA's office. He left. He didn't get fired, but he walked out. Gabby Patino, yeah, and Brian, it was domestic there too, yep. Amy, it was so good to talk to you. Just even to I can't even. It's crazy, girl. It's crazy stuff out there. Let's find out what's so important about this. Let me check it out. Patriot Ledger. Holbrook woman. I'm actually great. I'm actually happy to know that my wife got married. That's news to me. That makes me that makes me so happy that I'm not married anymore. I'm free. I'm single. I don't have a wife ever again. No more. Thank God. All right. Patriot Ledger wants me to pay. Passenger traveling in an SUV that was allegedly hit by a drunk driver in Braintree earlier this month died of her injuries. Alexa Nixon of Weymouth died at Boston Medical Center a week after the December 1st crash on Union Street. Police say 39-year-old Ryan Gorman was driving under the influence of alcohol. Shock. Yeah, he hit them. Okay. So why he would want to flag that email, you know? Yeah, they've been, I think she went down there 5 years ago, maybe. So yeah, but yeah, I know that's yeah. You want a picture of the house, Amy? It's funny because I had moved down to Georgia, right? And then I found out that she lived in Georgia and I moved back here. So, yeah. All right. What else? This is the list of people. We went over that already. I'd like to take advantage of this offer by Judge Carey to have a conference call or Zoom. Huh. It doesn't say what it's about, though. Maybe we'll find out in the next emails. Discussion, criminal trials in Norfolk County. That's what this is about. 40 Summit Road. Donahue Associates. What's up with that? Anyone know what's up with Donahue Associates? Let's Google them and find out what's up. Find out what it says. Real estate agents. Okay. Yeah. Let me do this though. 40 Summit Road. Isn't that what he is? Unless he was looking to maybe move his office. It kind of looks like his place, but it's not. But so this is what he was looking at. Let me stop this and show you guys what 40 Summit Road is. This is what 40 Summit Road is. Boom. Yeah. So I don't know what that is. So Amy, real quick, I went in for surgery, and 20 days later, she came home from her shrink and said, "Get out." So I said, "Okay." That's all I said. Two letters, an O and a K. And she took a duffel bag. I had just got done surgery, and they cut my femoral cutaneous nerve, so like I couldn't walk or anything. And she came home from her shrink and said, "Get out." I did. She packed my coffee pot, some clothes, because I was 20 days out of surgery. I still had the staples in me. And she took my dead mother and put her urn in the bag, zipped it up and said, "Get out." And there you go. I did. Haven't seen her since. Except when, no, we signed the paperwork to get divorced during COVID. And all that, everything is signed, both papers and everything. And then we were supposed to go to court, and she never showed up. And then she sent another thing to, so like when you go in front of a judge, you have to go in front of go in front of a judge to say, "Yes, I want to get divorced. Yes, I want to get divorced. No problems on it." Yeah, all that like that. That was supposed to happen, and she never showed up. She sent the thing, and she didn't plan on coming. She just did it to be a bitch. And then I filed, like I was told to file, and she never showed up. So that'd be like 3 times I've been to court, but didn't show up to get divorced. So as far as I'm concerned, I'm divorced. I haven't heard, not seen, not. But in Massachusetts, it's funny. There's a thing that if you divorce your spouse, and they like if they became disabled and you divorce them, you got to pay alimony. Mm-hmm. So because of that happened, I can go for alimony. But you know what? I don't even want whatever dollar would get sent to me. I don't want anything from that lady. I really don't. I don't even want to see her again. So we're good. I'm just so happy. Yeah, you've had MS for a while, but you manage it really good, Amy. I remember that. I actually remember that. What's going on with Mike? Mike, my co-host. Mike's got colon cancer. and it it's kind of messing me up a lot and bothering me a lot. And I go to church a lot and I pray for him. He's just a great guy. I mean, you guys know him from on here, but like I know him off of here, and I just can't fathom losing a friend. So I don't even think of it that way. And I know he'll do it. I know he'll beat it. And it's so frustrating. I can't do anything about it. I can't help him. I can't like I just can't. It's really hard. I'm having a hard time with this one. I don't know why, but this is nothing's bothered me like this ever. So it's it's been hard. It's been difficult. It's really hard. I, I don't want to say that it's not fair, but it really isn't. It just isn't. Um, hold on a second. There's something here. Okay. Um, let me do this real quick. We're gonna take a. I need a minute. So I'm gonna play this video for you guys. I'm gonna just gonna dip for a minute. I'll be right back.
I'm hopeful that the magistrate will make the right call and not find probable cause for these matters. If that should happen, we will have a very revealing court battle on our hands.
Did it seem that the Canton Police presented anything in these hearings today that they didn't do in the previous hearings?
No, there was nothing there. It's the same thing every single time. There are problems with identification. There are problems with who is doing what. There are problems with if anybody was directing anything at Chris Albert himself, the fellow they're claiming to be a potential witness, or he claims himself to be a potential witness. I suppose anybody protesting the Karen Reed trial is supposed to have mind reading abilities to figure that out.
In order for any of this to proceed, wouldn't it have to be established conclusively that he is in fact a witness?
You'd have to make some showing at this level, conclusively at a trial, but at this level, you have to have some reliable evidence to establish probable cause. You have to show that he is a witness. You have to show that the actions of these people who are they're attempting to charge were directed at him, and that they were intending actually to intimidate him as a witness.
Do you feel that there has been any presentation that he's a witness from the Canton Police?
Nothing other than his statements that I'm a potential witness. But what that's worth. And what's a potential witness? How are we supposed to figure that out? How's the public supposed to know? If I'm a potential witness and somebody here has a gripe with me over a loan or a bet on a horse race or something like that, is it intimidation of a witness for them to?
Well, does the statute differentiate between a witness and a potential witness? Or
No, unfortunately. Statute is very sloppily drawn. And that when you have statutes that are poorly drawn, it enables them to be weaponized. And we're seeing that not just in this case. I've got the New Hampshire Attorney General prosecuting a group of guys under, well, it's a civil case under a employment discrimination statute because they were protesting a drag queen story out there. What's that got to do with employment discrimination? So if you twist and turn the statute, you can attempt to do that. You're seeing the same thing happen with the prosecutions against President Trump, where they're just calling what's happening an insurrection. No one armed, no real attempt to take over the government. It's just that's what they do. We're seeing this across the board in our society right now, and it's a very, very insidious form of censorship and an assault on constitutional values.
Did the question ever come up if the Canton police, who've now got these charges, why they didn't make any arrests on that day?
The Canton police were in complete disarray. We have some of them on tape saying they can protest, can't they? Okay, the Canton police realized that this was, very problematic, but somehow, some way, the prosecutor's office influenced them, or strong arm them, or use whatever influence they have to trigger these charges. And that's where we are.
Where's it go from here? What's next, and how soon? Do you have any
Two
expectations?
possibilities: either complaints issue or they don't. If they don't issue, it ends here. This is theoretically a right of appeal, very rarely exercised, even more rarely successfully. Or it goes into the criminal justice system, in which case there's going to be discovery, there are going to be motions to dismiss, motions for bills in particular, there'll be constitutional challenges, and we'll see what the courts will do with it. Thus far, with all of these prosecutions that I've been involved in New Hampshire and Massachusetts, we have prevailed, but it's a long time.
Did the court magistrate give any sense of how soon the decision might be forthcoming?
He's hoping to do so within about a week.
Okay, Attorney Gens, thanks so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Basically, going to take everything under advisement. And I believe Tom is back on live. Yes, Tom is
Yep.
live.
That's weird. The other camera just dead. Doesn't even go at all.
I know, but I was like trying to figure it out.
No, it's locked. It's something mojo.
I had my gloves on, my
Yeah.
mittens.
No.
on, so I
It's the
crap.
phone. Can you believe that?
All right, guys.
They lost the file. They're not going to talk about it.
I'm going to finish up.
So now I have to go to Canton and show Canton all the paperwork, right?
Oh, I met that guy. I hope he gave you the right thing.
Or do I? I
Tom is
don't.
back live, so you can go back over to
You're awesome. You're awesome. Well,
Tom's channel.
yeah,
CPU
CP
on-
Tom. Yeah, we got
Jessica, how are you?
on YouTube. Hi,
There's
guys.
Jessica. At the courthouse that we're all familiar with. That's the Stoughton Courthouse. What happened here? Let's go back to the emails. Emails. All right. Morrissey emails. Flagged for follow-up. Questions about Berkshire Mall closes again. Why? Right about the Berkshires. Office for lease. Why are they trying to lease all these offices? Do not click on links or open attachments unless you recognize the sender. Okay. Oh, yeah. He works with Alexa. He wants a printer. This is all about a printer he wants because he doesn't know how to print. He wants the printer that connects to Alexa so he can go print. Oh, this is a nice document, huh? Black. Look at this. Why include it? Why include that freaking? There's nothing there. Look at black. He must have got the printer. Unreal. This is his burner account that he should not have. But look at. Take a look at this. Then read Rachel's most recent response. This is about Rachel Rollins. Pretty sure. I'm not sure Tress is still chairman of the Pro Board. Okay. What's this? Oh. Nice. He knows that this person will violate the law again. He knows it. That's okay. Oh. This is just a report. Okay. Yep. More redactions. It's for the parole board. Franklin Police, Norwood Police, State Police, Kevin Shea. Why do I know that name? Why do I know that name? Okay. So Paul Trester became the judge. Yay. Parole board. That's what we want to know, right? Let's see if I can make this bigger for you guys. There we go. Back to this. What's this say? He's another letter to the parole board. John Whitney. Before the 2000 parole hearing, the defendant admitted killing the victim, but claimed it was in self-defense or by accident. Huh. In a new book, Harvard astronomer pushes theory about object that passed through our solar system. Alien world may have sent it. And he sent this for a follow-up. Okay. All right, so they're editing the statues and then doing it. It needs a little help. Yeah. The system is designed so that we cannot win. Parole board. Life or hearing calendar. All people that got life. All right. Okay. Parole boards. Okay. So they obviously have their fingers on that one. What's this for? This is mass prioritization framework. This is exception for the week. People over 75 were moved up. I am on the phone with DA Morrissey trying to compare the federal CDC guidelines with the framework that Mass has put in place. He suggests a call to find out where the ADAs and all court personnel would fall in the Mass plan. Huh. Oh, that's how they wanted to prioritize the vaccination for people. Okay. What's this say? Okay. Check chat real quick. What's up, chat? Everybody good? Yeah. Nan's here. Thank you, Nan. Nice seeing you. Noodles here. The world is on fire. And you're on fire. And your shoes are on fire. All right. So Back to this. All right. What's this about? I remember the name, but usually we give it to local law enforcement in another state. Perhaps that department may have contacted feds. Sadly, we have tons of these that I do vaguely remember one involved in Chicago. The Illinois man indicted for producing child pornography. Yeah, you got to shoot them people. There's no, you can't fix that. So, well, I'm all right with them trying to keep the sex offenders in jail. I'm okay with that. Thanks for thinking of me. Tom Scanaro has the job currently. He needs to finish up my 10 years before moving into something like this, but sounds like it would be a good fit. Mass communication of community colleges. Okay. Interest job posting. Huh. This is the job that you should look for or when you get out. Okay. Crystal. Oh, Crystal sent the resume. I'm going to be able to see it. I have it on my desk to talk to you about. Crystal. Test. Okay. Prince works. Okay. What else? Wayne to celebrate Irish Heritage Sunday with a parade. Okay. Handle with care. National District Attorneys Association. All right. Training courses. So you're telling me that he takes training? Huh. On ethics? On not having a second email that's open to the public? That shouldn't be? Wow. Cod. DA Hayden must take juvenile justice reform seriously, the Boston Globe. Anyone know what's going on here or have an explanation? Probably not. Letter. It's just a friggin' newspaper article. All right. What's that? Oh, that's LaserJet printer cartridge. Okay. 8:30. Because you got to print, right? Oh. National Donut Day. Put it on the calendar. Freaking Donut Day. Gail, I'm just blasting. There's 4,000 emails. I'm just blasting through them, and I'm trying to find out. Like, see, it says the subject. I'm just looking at the subjects, but like sometimes it's like one email produces like 2 or 3 pages. So I'm just going through them. That's when I'm scrolling past them, because like if 4 people respond, there's 8 pages. So I'm just blasting through the ones that aren't. Yeah. But listen, Donut Day is important. We need to know that November. You know what? I'm putting it in my calendar right now. Right now. November 5th. National Donut Day. Got to have that in my calendar. Oh boy, what's this? I just got to send something. Hold on. Oh boy. Hold on, guys. This looks good. If I can open it. Come on. Skip. Come on. Skip. Great. Come on. Continue. Oh my word, guys. Sorry. I don't care about that. Come on now. Jesus. Come on. Okay. What? I can't open it. That is bizarre. Oh my word. What is this? Come on now. Hold on, guys. I'm sorry. I got sent a link and they won't let me open it. Okay. Let's see if I can open it now. Continue. Okay. All right. Oh boy. We're gonna pause this, guys. I'm gonna pause this. All right, what's going on here? Hold on. Mm-hmm. All right, let me just set that record straight. Amy is different. She's just a different human altogether. I can't I can't I can't properly describe who she is to you guys. I just can't. It's I haven't seen her in 30 years. I would pick her up and take her to New Hampshire and spend the day and drop her off and never touch, never lay a hand on her in that way, but yet have just an amazing time because of who she is as a person. And I don't know how else to describe it. But after 30 years, I think I could go and get her and go have a wonderful time just because it's I don't know. You know, you gotta. I can't explain it. I can't explain who she is. It's hard to explain. But it's yeah. But I can tell you one thing: if any one of you people, any one of you, were with me when we went to pick her up, you would then be friends with Amy, only because of who she is. I can't put it in any other terms or ways. Yeah. All right. You'll like this one, guys. Well, you know what we're doing. Check this out. Ooh, communications failure. If last night's violence wasn't bad enough, with 4 people being shot in less than 2 hours, officers had to overcome yet another inexplicable failure with the BPD. Communications Division is the main radio channel used for the festival went dark for close to 30 minutes before it was restored. Thank God nobody was hurt. Huh. So let me get this straight. One of the largest police departments in the country lost communications for 30 minutes last night. How is that possible? I don't see how that can happen. They have backups and backups and backups. and they have fail safes, and they have battery backups, and they have generators. So how they dock for 30 minutes? No, no. That's pretty bad. When you lose comms, oops, not good. Joey Kane, you're amazing, my friend. Man, he gives out memberships every time he's here. Every day he's here, he's banging out memberships. All right, let's see, back to his emails. See what he says. Let me see if I can make this bigger again. Boom. All right. Man, woman dead after coming into contact with red lines, third rail. That'll definitely do it. I don't dispute the contents of this release, but hopefully they discussed it with our office before they sent it to you. You might want to remind them that we control the site where there is a death. So when there's an unnatural death, it's a crime scene, and the DA's office comes and does the DA stuff, supposedly, except in Canton. Oh, I don't know what that link is, but it's from the Patriot Ledger. Just another thing, and it goes to Lynn, Megan, Brian, and David. Another one, and another one. Patriot Ledger. That's story. Wendy Murphy, Stoughton Uber driver, Celtics latest abuse digest. What is this? What is this? What is this? Wendy Murphy. That's Grant's mother. Just so you guys know that, right? Let's see what else. Let's see if we can Google that. Let's see what comes up. Wendy Murphy, Stoughton Uber driver. I found it. One was about an Uber driver who allegedly raped a passenger. Another was about the Celtics head coach doing sexually offensive things to a female employee. All right. This is the article of what they're talking about. Stop this and share it with you guys. I'm gonna do this. Gene, you are live on the show. How are you, Gene?
I'm hanging in there. How are you?
Doing great. Thank you.
Can I ask you a question about what we saw with this trial? And
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. Yes. No, he owns a computer company. Who would even think that? I mean, you have to think of the mindset. Right. 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 Oh, hold on a second. Let me I messed up here. Sorry, guys. All right. You guys can hear him now, right? Yes?
I can hear you.
All right. Can everyone in the chat hear? Yes? Joey, can you hear the speaker? All right, all right, they can hear you now. All right. Test.
Okay.
Test. Yes, testing?
I
Right.
can hear you.
Yeah. So Matt McCabe, you were saying again?
So, what I'm saying as a layperson that does not know the legal system, police, I don't know the whole ins and outs.
Mhm.
I've never heard somebody in a conversation phrase to me the way he phrased it to his family. He said, if she pleads, it'll end. If it doesn't, it'll be an episode. And my question to the chat, to all of y'all, is like, who says that?
Right.
Like, who, it just, and how come the folks investigating this don't see that and don't have those alarms?
Well,
So I got.
I'm glad you brought that up, right? If you listen to the verbiage of them in general, remember they said, just tell them the guy never came in the house, right? Remember that?
Yep.
Well, if you never showed up in the house or never showed up to the party, why would you say he never came in the house? You would say he never showed up. He
if somebody
was not there,
yeah,
right?
if somebody's
Not that he
somebody's
didn't come in the house.
right, and if somebody doesn't know the law, they're not a cop.
Mhm.
Why would they know to say that? What if they didn't have some sort of conscience of guilt?
Or being directed. If
Yeah.
if that was a discussion that Matt McCabe had with one of the investigators, we'll say, well, it makes sense, doesn't it? He's repeating, he's repeating what they're telling him.
If she pleads, it will end. How does a computer tech
Right.
owner know what a plea is?
Exactly.
He needs to know what a gigabyte and a gigabit is. Hey,
Yes.
Tommy, I got to run. But yes, this is questions here. That's my.
Oh, I absolutely agree with what he said. He's right on the money, like JFK. You understand that, right? Like even the fact they said that he never came in the house. Well, JFK, if you're supposed to come over here, right? And I don't see you, you don't knock on my door, and I say, what are you talking about? The dude never came here. He wasn't here. They didn't say that. They said, just say he didn't come in the house. Well, okay. Yes. If you look at all their words, what they say, it's not what you would normally say, right? Tell me didn't come in the house. Well, if he never showed up, he never showed up. How would the people in the house know that he was there or up front? And if they did, they never even questioned where he went, where he is. No. They're all scrambling. You're right, Amy. Amy, do you know where they sold their house, Amy, right? For $50,000 less than market value. They dumped the house, they put it on the market and dumped it, right? Do you know where he bought? Do you know where his new house is? Have you like way up there? Yeah, okay, yeah. So Yeah. Wait until Aiden gives out the fake victim's phone extraction. That he was able to, he was able to read it. The guy's got a great memory. He knows all about it. He knows all of the players and all of the background stuff. He's got it. He's got the freaking goods. Oh, it's funny. You're right. How close is the Farwell dude in New Mexico to the border? Right? They're all really close. Extradition. Yeah, Higgy said that too. Mm-hmm. Imagine that. Brian Higgins, just so you guys know, I've said this before, but the trial's over, so I don't care. I know as a fact that at 7:30 a.m. that day, Brian Higgins called a girl at 7:30 in the morning. And he said to this girl, they murdered John. Now, JFK, listen real close here, because I know you'll pick it up. You'll pick up on this. He called a girl at 7:30 in the morning and said they murdered John. They killed John. They murdered John. This is an ATF agent who said this. An ATF agent says, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened last night. Or, oh my God, there was an accident, my friend John, blah, blah, blah. Nope. They murdered John. He didn't say there was an accident. He didn't say, oh my God, you'll never guess what happened. He didn't. He went directly, do not pass go, directly to the murder part. They murdered John. Angel, it's true. You know what? I have it. Matter of fact, I have the whole conversation. See if I can find it. What channel am I on? Oh, maybe here. Yep. Let me find it. Oh, getting close. So this is at 7:30. He said that. Oh, there it is. Oh, imagine that. Yeah, I got the lady's name is on this, so I can't really show you it all. All right, so if I do this, I can't. Yeah, I have to. So I have to figure out a way where I can cut the video and cut out yeah, no. I can't because I have there's too much I can there's a lot in this I just can't, but yeah. It's definitely not good. I have it. So they don't need to believe me. They can just look for themselves. I have the chat. I have the whole thing. And shame on Brian Higgins. Karen, the same one that he was dying to get into her pants. Higgins never responded to Karen the next day. The very next day, she texted Higgins and she said, John's dead. Higgins didn't say a word. Didn't say a word. Do the feds have this chat? The chat that I had with that lady? I don't know. I know Karen has it. They, They, they murdered John. Those are his words to this lady, who then repeated them to me. I wasn't there. I didn't hear him say that on the phone to her. Oh, I turned it over. Angel, oh, Me and Alan and Liza had a good discussion about this. Did it about a year and a half ago, maybe. Yeah. There's so much. There's so much. Who is she? The she who I'm referring to is a lady that lives on a main road, like a main thoroughfare through the town that she lives in. And what happens is when the plows come, they leave a big berm of snow at the end of her driveway, and she's got a little car, and her car gets stuck. She can't get into her driveway. So Higgins promised her that he would go and open the end of her driveway for her. However, on that day, he couldn't do it. So he called this lady up in tears at 7:30 in the morning to tell her that he couldn't plow her driveway because they murdered John. It's hearsay. She's very credible. Yep. And I have the whole chat. I have the whole thing. Wonder if I can get to that one spot. Show you guys. Hold on. Let me do this. You know what? There might be a way. I think there is. Open this. Open this. See, I have her name on it. And that's the problem. All right, hold on. Let me share this real quick. JFK. If you send me an email, cputom@gmail, send me an email. I can get you a link to this so you can see it. So, and the mutual friend is why I reached out to you. We have a mutual friend. I had to work the night of the snowstorm because none of my therapists could get out of the hospital. He was going to plow my driveway. This is why I remember my conversation so clearly. And at the time of the conversation, it may be nothing, but I've been nervous. I'd be called to be questioned about it. So, yeah. Here's what happens. Oh, geez. Trying to figure out, find the pot. What's this say? Yeah. So I have like this whole back and forth with this, and yeah. They could have subpoenaed this lady. They knew who she was. They have her name, address, phone number, everything. They know that. They spoke to her on the phone. Alan and Lies. So they know. And the sad part is about this, you ready? This is just one little tidbit. And there's so much more to that. And there's other people that have the same. And there's other people that have the same. And other people that have the same. And everyone has that little tidbit of information that proves that something bad went on at 34th Fairview. Who, when, where? I wasn't there. I can't give you that. But again, right? You know, and the problem comes to be too is, right? Like, is that part of the TUI? If what she's referring to is in the TUI, they can't touch it. They can't go near it. So if Higgins said that he called that girl, he's telling the truth. You can't really do anything about it, you know? But again, it's part of this is the federal government. You know? We can't mess with them. You know what I'm saying? Like they have a job that they're doing, and we don't want to make it harder for them, we'll say. So yeah. And you know what's messed up, people? Check this out. I don't know if you're gonna be. I may have to stop my screen again. But you know how they talk about his phone, Higgins' phone? This is what he destroyed. Little chip, little SD card. That little chip is what he destroyed. This little chip in your phone. So what's so important on this chip, Brian? That you had to first you took your phone with the chip to the FBI headquarters. And when you were there, you went in and you deleted certain lines of your chat. And then you delete and destroy the SIM card after you've deleted stuff off of it. So again, Higgy, what's so important on this card that you have to delete stuff before you destroy it? Pictures, maybe, Brian? You didn't take any pictures, did you, buddy? I mean, you know. Yeah. Why would you do that? Destroy your SIM card. Bad news. Nothing bad. Bad. All right. Crazy town here, people. We're living in another reality. Wow. All right. Emails. All right, what else we got here? Another PDF. I don't know what that is. Wendy Murphy. This is like a follow-up to that whole thing that we looked at. Yeah. I've looked at the most IA report. All right, so they did that. Fanning's on this one. Tully, Fanning. Huh. Megan. So they must have done a little background on that, on Wendy Murphy. That's what this looks like it's coming to be. Guess we're number 10. It's about that. I should be around 9:30, Morrissey. Nothing. Oh, National Family Day. Whoever did the butterfly did a good job. I ain't got no talent like that. What did I say? Linda is going to drop off a hard copy, but I thought I would send you this. Okay. It's another PDF. Nothing. What's this? Ooh, Tavern. Granite Links. Okay. Mm-hmm. Really? I know her sister Catherine, who lives in Chester Hill. Please send a card. Okay. Another PDF. What's this one? New wrinkles in cop's death. Mansfield woman hires star defense lawyer. Possibility of brutal assault raised in case. It's Karen Reed. And this went FYI. Reed. Reade. Jesus, guys, that's not her name. Wow. Karen Reed. And Adam Lally, Lynn Beelan, John Fanning, and Proctor. This would be an interesting thread. Don't know. Cannabis Control Commission. Not that we're looking for you to leave, but I was trying to find out what the salary was. I assume that you could meet the minimum requirements. I'm just curious what's out there. We may have to look for an assistant to assist you when Kathleen leaves to do your job you had been doing. Okay. Okay. Why is John O'Keefe's gravestone here? Is it that John O'Keefe? Who is it? No, another cop. Maybe. Maybe it's John. DNA collection. Huh. Commissioner Dolan. As you're aware, we're trying to assist the state police DNA unit in the efforts to reduce the number of outstanding people who are required to provide DNA because of felony conviction. Okay, blah, 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 blah. Ohio. Okay. Okay, so that's just a thing. Screenshot of what? It's Quincy stuff. Okay. Fort Lauderdale. What's going on in Fort Lauderdale? Beth DeBrusque. Wow. Have a freaking link. All right, let me check chat real quick. What's going on in chat? You guys over here behaving? RVA's here. Good morning, bud. Oh, I mean, no, I think Higgins, I think it was said that he pulled the dog off of John or something like that. Ooh, that she's on at 1:30. I didn't know that. No, I didn't know that. You guys, I can stream it if you guys want. I mean, it's been 2.5 hour stream. We can kill it. I'm not sure if anyone, you know what? Let me see if I can find it. Blah, 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 find it. If I can find it, we'll stream it. I'll just hit stream. I'm looking real quick, guys. Edelson, right? Okay. ADEO. Yeah, that was a dentist. So we can do this. Right? Nope. This one. I'm just checking court TV real quick, guys. Nice out today. It looks nice out. The sun's beautiful. Wiretaps, allegation of plots to harm. This is a wild case, man. Absolutely wild. All right. You see something here? Come on now. Load. Like 500 windows open too. I don't need that. That's dead. No. Where'd it go? Okay. Oh my God. Sherry, good morning. Hi, Sherry. Good afternoon, actually. Good to see ya. I don't just. Okay. Paste. Open that one. Oh, by the way, everybody, let me do this. This. Copy this. Copy. Everybody. Attention, please. I have just posted in the chat. Aiden needs help. He's facing a massive amount of corruption and pressure, all because he wrote a story. And now they're prosecuting him. What was this? Yeah, I've been watching the Giggy, right? Yeah. That. Oh, on. Hi, Christine. How are you? Let me just put you up on the screen here. There we go. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. How are you?
Great. Can you guys hear her? Just asking the chat. You guys can hear her?
I've been dying to ring you, Tom.
I love your voice.
Well, you know that I'm ringing from the UK.
Yep.
Anyway, my husband was here with the two grandsons, and on a Monday evening, it takes them to his, it's called Bolton Try. And my husband does a lot of, Iron Man. It's it's a keep fit thing, and so he started taking the grandsons to train them. So I couldn't wait for him to go, because I thought to myself, I can't speak to you while they're here, because they'll be mithering me saying, "Who are you speaking to?" Anyway, I've been listening to you, And I hope I'm not going off the subject here,
It's okay.
but I've been thinking about, thank God Karen's free.
Yes.
We all knew it was coming.
Yep.
You know, but I must say, them McAlberts, they are absolutely the scum of the earth.
Mm-hmm.
They really are.
Yep.
And what I'll say to you is, you know, when they did that interview with that, whatever he's called.
When they were all on TV?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
I watched that, and I can tell you, just by looking at them, I thought every one of them are lying through the teeth.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of them. And when Nicole Albert said, you know, it's a shame for John that they didn't get justice for John, not once did she look that interviewer in the eyes.
Nope.
She was looking down all the time. And for Brian Albert to turn round and say, I'm not a Canton cop, I'm a Boston cop,
Mm-hmm.
that's the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard in my life.
It is, because once you're a cop, you're a cop. It doesn't matter where you
Exactly.
are. You're a cop. You can go inside of a house. You
Exactly.
can go outside. You can go to another town. You're still a cop. And guess what?
Exactly.
Still his
And-
front yard.
Yes. And not only that, I thought to myself, I'm not a cop, but if somebody was laying on my lawn like that, whether I was in my underwear or not, I would run out.
Yes.
Any normal person would do that. But they had so much to hide, Tom.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, when he said, what was I supposed to do, go outside in my underwear and start running crime scene tape? No, you weren't supposed to do that. You were supposed to go out and see if you could save his life.
You know what? You know what makes a lot of sense? Is
Not run crime tape round the scene. No. There was other police to do that.
Here's one of the things, though. Are you ready for this one?
Yeah.
Show me a cop. Show me one that has no problem with anybody being in his yard. Just in the yard.
Yeah.
Any police
Exactly.
officer that had anybody in their yard or in the gate inside their yard, they would freaking lose their mind. They would be out of their mind if anybody was in their yard. Forget about having
Yeah.
a body on the front lawn. Just having people in their yard freaks them out.
Yeah.
Freaks out the police officers.
Exactly. And what I find very, very upsetting and very disturbing is the fact that the O'Keefes still believe that Karen killed John.
Yeah. Isn't that
And
something?
I'm telling you, and you know, and don't get me wrong, you know, I really feel for them, you
Yes.
know.
Oh
There was
yeah.
a lot of
Oh yeah. No.
tragedy.
We all have prayers for the family.
Exactly.
But the
You know,
actions, I don't have prayers for that. The actions are they're unprayerable. They're
Exactly.
wrong.
But what I don't understand is, I mean, apart from Peggy O'Keefe, her daughter-in-laws, the women that are around her, they've got to understand that Jen McCabe got to her before Karen could,
Mm-hmm.
to explain what had really happened.
Yep.
You know, as women, it's a natural instinct. You would think to yourself, right, well, hang on a minute. Let's get the real evidence here. You know, I just can't believe that Jen McCabe, to me, is just, she's the lowest of the low.
And she's trying to play it off like she's just a regular soccer mom. Can you imagine that?
She's not a soccer. To me, she's not even a woman. She's really not. She's a tramp.
Mm.
That's all I can say about her. I mean, and when she was on the stand in the second trial, when Alan was asking her about on the morning,
Mm-hmm.
and she didn't go in the house, and that her focus was John. I thought, you didn't even go near John.
She stayed
It
in the
was
car.
Karen and Kerry that were doing all the work. And it, like Alan said, you could have run in the house.
Nope.
You know, but of course, she lied about the 2 phone calls anyway.
Yep.
We all know she spoke to her sister.
Mm-hmm.
But then Alan turned it round and said, well, your sister didn't answer the phone. Did you not think there would be something wrong in the house? Do you know what I mean? Anybody would.
Absolutely. But not just
But
that, right? If you see your friend that's not moving, I don't know. I've seen it.
Oh my God.
Like you try to help. You like hitting them, slapping them. Wake up! Don't go! Don't leave! Like you're my friend. Wake up! Like there was zero urgency in her voice. She was
none whatsoever. None whatsoever. And I'll tell you something as well, Tom. In that interview on the television,
Mm-hmm.
there was Chris Albert, Nicole, Brian, Jen, and Matt. And like everybody said, where was Brian Higgins?
Right.
There's a reason for that. And I truly believe, I don't think, even though it showed signs that Brian Higgins was angry with John or Karen, whatever, I do believe that Brian Albert and Colin Albert killed John. I really do. And what you were saying earlier, excuse me, what you were saying earlier about that lady that Higgins spoke to.
Yep.
I heard that story in the middle of the first trial from Sean McDonough.
Mm-hmm.
I remembered him talking about that.
You
know, that he'd rang. Well, it came across at the time it was an ex-girlfriend.
Right. That's exactly who it was.
Yeah. And that he told her what had happened.
Yes.
And I really believe that. I really do, because at that stage, he was on his own.
Yeah.
Because he needed somebody to speak to.
Yeah.
But
absolutely.
what I will say, and what I will say is, in that interview, when they were on the television, Chris Albert, Jen McCabe, and Matt McCabe looked absolutely terrified.
Wow.
Because they were looking, especially Chris Albert, when Jen McCabe was speaking, they were looking at her as if to say, don't slip up.
Right. Right. You saw that, right? They're all kind of, yes.
Oh,
yep.
yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we're normal people, Tom, and we can see all this. You know, and I'll tell you another thing as well is, the MSP, them who works with Brian Albert, all at the Canton PD, Lanker and all the bloody rest of them, Tully, Proctor.
Yep.
I think they were terrified of Brian Albert.
Of course. Yep.
Absolutely.
I agree.
And look where Michael Proctor's got now.
Wow.
You know, you feel like saying to him, was it really that worth it? To cover up for these scumbags, and you've lost everything.
Yep.
Disrespected your family, your wife, your children. Was it really worth it for them?
Again,
you know,
yeah, I don't know how any of them people sleep. I really don't.
No, neither do I, Tom.
It's horrendous.
But the final thing I'll say to you is that I don't believe for a second that the FBI are going to just let the murder of a Boston police officer be swept under the carpet.
I agree with you 100%.
There's no way that's going to happen.
I agree.
And whether it takes next year, the year after, or whenever, I believe they are still investigating this.
I agree.
I really do.
They can't not investigate it. There's too much there.
Exactly.
Yep.
And not only that, we don't know, what the FBI's really got.
Well, it's funny because they were all screaming earlier. This is around Easter. They were all screaming about how the investigation's closed. It's closed. They closed. They didn't. They gave us a letter. They said they're not. They're all done. They
Never
didn't find
believed it.
nothing.
No.
That I know is a fact. As of Easter, like at Easter dinner, one of the people who are doing the work was eating Easter dinner, and they said that they're still working their butt off. They didn't say that they're closed. They didn't say that they stopped it. They
No.
said they're working their butt off. I believe
Yeah.
that person. They work there.
Well, you heard Alan Jackson on the Harry Carr show.
Mm-hmm.
No, on that Boston Sports Radio, when he said, you know, when he was asked about the FBI investigation, he said, I've never heard of that. He said, I've never heard of any of them ever saying an investigation's closed.
Right. I mean,
because like he said, what if something comes out tomorrow, next week, next year? You know what I mean?
they have
It's
2
rubbish.
years. So
Yeah.
whenever they find a piece of information, so if they find a piece of information today that they didn't have yesterday, the investigation continues for 2 more years after
Yes.
you find a piece of evidence or whatever it is for your investigating.
Absolutely.
So, yep.
And anyway, and I'm sorry, I know I've been on the phone for ages, but I haven't spoke to you for a while. But I'll tell you something, that Kate Peters.
Oh, piece of work, huh? She's a piece of work.
She's done. She's done.
Well,
I'm telling you that.
Yeah, I've seen her in worse positions, and she walks out every time. It bothers the hell out of me. I hope this time it sticks, because she's done this so much. She has zero regard for the law, zero regard for anybody except herself. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
yep, I agree.
But I'm telling you now, she's absolutely done.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, I think the FBI know a lot about her as well.
Oh God, yes. Yep.
I really do. So, but anyway, Tom, let me just ask you, how is Mike?
Mike's doing the best he can.
Oh, bless him.
Yeah.
I know, but I'm keeping him in my prayers, love.
Yeah, thank you, my dear.
He,
Thank you for that.
His family. And I'll let you go now, but thank you.
Thank you for calling in. It's good hearing from you.
Yeah, thank you for allowing me to speak.
No, anytime, dear. Anytime.
And I'll speak to you soon, Tom.
I'm not going anywhere. You enjoy your day, okay?
All right, love. You take care.
Bye, sweetie.
Bye-bye, love. Bye-bye.
Bye. Oh, that was awesome. I love them calls. This is so awesome. Javier, real quick. You're one of the better mods that we've had. We had 3 mods that left. One was okay, but the other 2 sucked. Actually, 3 of them. Yeah. So the people that are trying to say something to you are jealous of you. So, yeah, and we know who it came from. So you're doing a great job, Javier. I'm very impressed from day one, and I don't have a problem with you. I think you're doing a great job. I like when you're here. I think you're smart. And we go from there, right? Yeah. I don't know why, but I'm pretty happy that I got you as a mod. I'm happy. I couldn't be happier, actually. So just want to let you know that you're actually better being you're better than the people that left, we'll say. How's that? That sound better? Yeah, it does. Donna Adelson's on.
Good afternoon. I have reviewed your motion, Mr. Loro, concerning the defense's subpoena as far as placing a statement on the record. I don't know if any of the parties have a position concerning you placing a statement on the record, but similar to the other trials in this matter, I do not have an issue if you do so prior to the testimony of your client. As to the placing the statement on the record, does the state have a position?
No objection, Your Honor.
Does the defense have a position?
No position, Your Honor.
Concerning placing a statement on the record, Mr. Loro, you will be permitted to do so, or another member of your firm, before your client testifies. As to the motion to quash the defense subpoena, does the state have a position?
No, Your Honor, no position.
Does the defense have a position?
Yes, Judge.
Go ahead.
May I stay here?
You may.
Judge, the issue here and the concern that we have on behalf of Mrs. Adelson is there have been 2 prior rulings in the homicide of Mr. Markell. One came from Judge Hankinson, and then another one came from Judge Wheeler. What Judge Hankinson ruled is that the immunity conferred by the state subpoena extended to cross-examination, and we believe that's an accurate statement of the law. However, Judge Wheeler limited cross-examination to only what the state brings forth on direct. This is a premature at this point, Judge. We have her under subpoena, and we may want to elicit testimony from her.
Well, before we get there on that point, when she's called as a state witness and she is cross-examined, she can be cross-examined on all matters raised by the direct and on matters of bias or impeachment or motive to lie. All matters that she can be cross-examined on pursuant to the rules of evidence extend under that state subpoena.
I understand that, Judge, but our issue is, suppose that she's one of the first witnesses to testify, and suppose after she testifies, other issues come up that we know, if we called her, she could rebut what has been said. It's not necessarily would be something that she would need to invoke her rights. It could be a very simple issue, and we would need her testimony. So until we go through the trial to see what happens, it's impossible for us to say, yes, just cross-examining her on bias and credibility and whatever the state has asked about sounds good in the state's case until we hear further testimony and some issue arises.
I'll allow Mr. Lawyer to make his argument, but the crux of his motion is you cannot offer this witness any protection as it relates to you calling her in your case in chief. What is your response to the written argument on that matter?
Yes, Your Honor.
Hold on, Mr. Lawyer. I'm going to allow Ms. Fulford.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were asking me. I'm sorry, sir.
You can make your argument in just a moment.
Yeah, so the issue as to immunity, we cannot confer immunity to her, Judge. We agree with that. We can't. But there may be other issues where she could testify to something that she's not taking a chance, if you will, that she's going to say something that could be used against her in the future. There could be other matters that are raised in the trial that we simply want to get testimony from her as. She is the daughter of our client.
From the perspective of your client, I certainly understand the argument you're making. Mr. Lawyer, you may argue.
Yes, Your Honor. This issue was addressed by Judge Wheeler in the second McBanawa trial. It was also decided upon by the first DCA in July 2025, when the DCA ruled that the procedure used by Judge Wheeler was entirely correct, and the subpoena in that case was quashed. It was the same issue that the defense raised, where they wanted to cross-examine my client pursuant to a defense subpoena, which conferred no immunity at all on Ms. Adelson. I indicated to the court then, as I will now, that Ms. Adelson will assert her Fifth Amendment rights with respect to any relevant question asked by the defense. So the only result of the defense procedure would be to have the client's daughter take the stand and invoke the Fifth Amendment in front of the jury. And that the court decided by Judge Wheeler that that would be inappropriate. And we would ask the court now to follow the same procedure as Judge Wheeler and follow the same procedure that was upheld by the first DCA just 1 month ago.
I messed with the sound. It's a little bit better, guys.
Have any remaining argument on this matter?
Your Honor, respectfully, the issue that was ruled on or concerning the subpoena and quashing the subpoena, Ms. McBanawa did not make that argument below. She did not join the state's motion. So the first DCA did not rule that Judge Wheeler followed the proper procedure. My understanding is that the first DCA held that she had not preserved the argument.
And if I could add one thing further.
We don't have tag team motions. Who's going to finish the argument?
Just a moment, Your Honor. Your Honor, factually, we're in a vastly different circumstance. Our client certainly has information, knows information about her daughter that Ms. McBanno would not have ever been able to know. And so it's our position that it's premature. The Fifth Amendment question, the courts have ruled, should be done on a question-by-question basis.
So your expectation is for me to ask the question, she will make some sort of signal, I'm invoking, the jury is to be removed, and then we do this for the entire defense direct?
No, Your Honor. What I would suggest is that if we get into this posture, and absolutely cross-examination may be sufficient, but if we get into the posture,
do your Fifth Amendment,
needing
like, that's
additional,
it.
I would suggest that potentially proffering the questions, and then she and her counsel can advise the court if she intends to invoke her privilege at that time.
Mr. Laura, last word, and then I will rule.
Yes, Your Honor, the statement by counsel is patently incorrect and false. This issue was raised by Ms. Carras in the McMonaghan trial. She preserved the issue. She made the same arguments that these defense lawyers are making now. It was wholly rejected by Judge Wheeler and wholly rejected by the first DCA. And we respectfully request that Your Honor follow that ruling here. There is simply no question that the defense could ask that is relevant to this matter that Ms. Adelson, my client, would answer. She's invoking her Fifth Amendment.
All right. Having reviewed the applicable authority on this issue and also reviewed the prior transcripts on this matter that were also ruled on by Judge Wheeler concerning this same subject, I am going to adopt a similar ruling. The defense cannot give the witness immunity as it relates to any matters in which she would testify under and could properly invoke the Fifth Amendment privilege. No witness can be called to the stand simply to invoke the Fifth Amendment, as there would be no basis for this witness to take the stand and give testimony on a relevant matter that also could not affect her ability to also endanger her own Fifth Amendment right. I am going to grant the relief that is requested. If we need to revisit this issue for any purpose where the defense believes there is a line of questioning that will not go to the Fifth Amendment privilege of the witness, we will at the appropriate time. But I do believe it is the proper ruling at this point to quash the subpoena. Mr. Laura, I believe that concludes your motion for today. Again, when it's time for your client to testify, you may place your statement on the record.
Thank you, Your Honor. Good day, sir.
To you as well. That concludes the public portion of the hearings for this afternoon. We will take a brief break and then resume with the in-camera matters. The courtroom is to be cleared by all non-parties at this.
Okay. So that's that. Huh. Okay. So we can hit that pause. All righty. So, make me big. I got a list of stuff to do. That's it. Everybody, thank you so much all for being here. I love you all. If you want to donate, my Cash App, CPUTOM, at Venmo is CPUTOM. And if you hit the little thumbs up button, oh, where did it go? Little thumbs up button. I would really appreciate that. And yeah, maybe tomorrow morning I can kind of convince Amy to come on with me in the morning. We'll see what happens. Maybe. We'll see. So, everybody, I just ask that you say a prayer for my friend Mike. I don't really want much more than that. And yeah. So, with that said, I guess we will see you guys in the morning. You all have an absolutely wonderful day, and thank you all for being here. See you later.
cracked pavement, courthouse steps. He's there before sunrise while the world still rests. No cameras needed, no spotlight glare. Just a man with a purpose, always standing there. Facing the crowd, but the fight in his veins. Truth in his hands, pushing through the rain. Karen sees him, she knows what it means when you've got boots on the ground and you fight for your dreams. Boots on the ground, day after day, standing for truth in the hardest way. No fame, no glory, just a promise kept. Tom CPU, you never left. He don't ask for credit, don't ask for praise. Just fight in the good fight in 1,000 ways. When the cameras fade and the voices die, he's still right there, never asking why. He's got a handshake that you can trust, eyes that don't blink when it comes to us. Karen smiles because she knows it's true. She's got a soldier and his name's CPU. Boots on the ground, day after day, standing for truth in the hardest way. No fame, no glory, just a promise kept. Tom CPU, you never left. When the courthouse is empty and the crowd's gone home, Tom's still walking, he's never alone. 1,000 steps, a million prayers, because justice don't sleep and neither does he care.